Hi, everyone. My name is Mayumi Beppu, and I'm a member of the Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple, and I am very excited to welcome you all to our first ever virtual Obon Odori. Between the three platforms that we are utilizing today to view this event, there are approximately 300 of you joining us today. 300! Thank you all for being a part of this event. As many of you know, this joint annual event is with our neighbors and friends at Berkeley Buddhist Temple. We normally alternate the location of this event, and we dance together dressed in our colorful yukatas and hapi coats in big circles on Oregon Street or on Channing Way. As you saw during the opening slideshow, this is an event that brings temple members and members from the community together for a fun evening of dancing and remembering our loved ones. This year, due to the unprecedented time that we are in, both temples, as well as temples across the Bay Area, have canceled summer temple activities. I think for many of us, it doesn't feel quite like summer without temple picnics to attend, bazaars to eat at, and Obon Odori events to dance at. While we may not be together on Oregon Street this afternoon in front of Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple, we are here virtually together with the help of technology and a group of 6 energetic, enthusiastic, and tech-savvy individuals from our 2 temples that organized this event tonight. Mia Summers from Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple and Tara Umemoto from Berkeley Buddhist Temple will share with us the story of how our first ever virtual Obon Odori came to be.
Hi everyone, my name is Mia Summers. I use they, she pronouns, and I'm on the board of the Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple. On behalf of our virtual Obona committee, I'm so honored to welcome you all to this Obon and hope that you enjoyed this special moment that we are having together today.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara Umamoto and I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm with the Berkeley Buddhist Temple. So I got a call back from Mia way back in May with all of this enthusiasm saying, let's work together to put together a virtual Obon. And so we actually met, the two of us, back in 2013 during the Nikkei Community Internship Program at the Japanese Cultural and Community Center of Northern California. And so it's really great to reconnect and work with her and to put together today's virtual Obon. And so she's really brought a lot of energy and passion to really get this planning started.
But I also believe it's not only just how exciting it is for Tara and myself, both from different temples, to be able to work together, but along with the other members of our subcommittee, Nina, Ryan, Bradley, and Peter, all of us who spent the past few months really brainstorming and thinking deeply about how we can make this the best possible Obon for us all, even though we are not in person. And I think this collaboration really emphasizes why we felt the need to host an Obon despite it being online in the midst of a global pandemic, because it is our strength and resilience that comes from our communities working together that helps us move forward and continue to thrive.
And so one other thing that we talked about as a group is how special Obon is in the Buddhist tradition, and also the special role that it plays in many of our temple members' lives. And so our vision was really to ensure that the community could still have some form of this tradition, which has been continuing for many generations, and also to be able to share this tradition with our new members and guests. And so while we cannot all be together in person today, we are all still connected and are so excited to see you all here today. And we really hope you enjoy today's event.
Thank you to Mia and Tara for sharing with us the story of how this event came to be, as well as the committee that helped coordinate this entire program tonight. Thank you to Madame Michisuya Hanayagi for once again dancing with us and helping create this year's virtual program. Today's event will include messages from our temple ministers, of course dancing, and stories from 4 of our temple members. At the end of today's program, we hope you'll stay online with us. We'd like to take a virtual group photo with everyone. Before we begin dancing, there are a few housekeeping items to go over. For those of you that are joining us today over Zoom, you may encounter some video quality issues while the videos are played. Our individual home internet service, as well as Zoom's video function, may impact how the videos are displayed. Turning off your camera might help with this issue. Please remain on mute throughout the program so that we can all hear the music. For this event to feel as much as possible as if we were all together in front of the temple dancing, I ask that if you feel comfortable with it, please dance with your cameras on so we can see each other dance. There are chat features available on all 3 platforms that we're utilizing today. Please send out a chat, send out a message, tell us where you're dancing at. Tell us your favorite Obon dance. Say hi to your friends. We want to hear from you. The event is set up to be viewed under the speaker view. For those of you joining us via Zoom, you can change it over to gallery view so you can see each other dancing. Now, it's time to dance. So we hope you all will stand up. The first dance is Obon no uta. If you have your uchiwa, the round fan, please use it. Remember, whether you are joining us from your living room, backyard, or perhaps your driveway with your neighbors standing 6 feet apart, we hope you will dance with us. Enjoy.
오엔 마사마노 오로세요 아카이오 하오 왕스라려가
You all look wonderful. Thank you all for dancing. Now, Reverend Roko Osa, minister from Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple, will give a welcome message.
Good evening, everyone. Do you hear me okay? Okay, good. Thank you everyone for joining together this evening for our virtual Obon dance. First, I'd like to express my appreciation for the beautiful dance by Madam Michitsuya Hanayagi. Her beautiful Obon dance makes us feel that summer actually has arrived. This year, we, Berkeley Higashionganji Buddhist Temple, were supposed to host our annual joint Obon event at our temple here. Unfortunately, at this time, we are unable to get together in person. Fortunately, however, our young generation members took the lead and set up this virtual event. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I think of all of you joining this event right now. They appreciate you. Okay. So Obon is the period and cultural event where we remember and think of our deceased ancestors and family members. Because of them, we are living right now. So this is a time to think about our life and to appreciate that our living this moment. And remember to respect each other's lives too. The Obon dance is the expression of our gratitude and joy for our lives. It is wonderful that Berkeley Buddhist Temple, as known as Sangha, and our Berkeley Higashionganji Buddhist Temple, as known as Otani, worked together and made this event come true. I hope all of you are enjoying this virtual event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reverend Osa. We will now have members from our temples share some of their personal reflections about Obon and Obon Odori. First, we will hear from Eiko Iwata from Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple. Then we will hear from Mimi Kagehiro from Berkeley Buddhist Temple.
I'm Eiko Iwata. I've been a member of Higashi Honganji or Otani for maybe 70 or plus years, anyways, most of my life. I guess talking about, so now about Obon and me, I was a Sunday school teacher for, I helped since I was around 12 years old. And so I think that was what got me going, getting involved with Obon. And so we had our Obon, we had our first Obon in the backyard of our temple. And so that was the really first Obon that I was involved with and actually participated in that I kind of remember now. But the very first time that Obon came into well, what I think came into my life is when after when we were all sent to the internment camps. My mom has just had a baby, and she had 4 children. I was just 4. We went to San Jose to get interred, I guess what you call, with the San Jose people. Her mother and brothers, everybody lived in San Jose, so we went there. So we ended up in Heart Mountain, Wyoming. I don't know that it was the very first year we were there, but maybe the second year. Remember, in this huge yard between the different barracks, I guess, they had Obon Odori. I didn't know it was Obon, but I mean, it was a group dancing. Some girls, ladies, they were all in kimonos, and they had, so they did the dancing, and I remember how I really wished I could have danced in it. So I don't know. I assume it was the next year, because that year I just kind of watched, or maybe they had it for 2 different days. And so the next time that I was going to participate, I wanted to do the kachikachis. And I remember one of my memories of camp is my dad cutting up a broomstick handle and splitting that, and so that I could use that as a kachikachi. And I don't remember the actual dance, but I do remember wanting it, and how he got me the kachikachi. So I must have danced one dance at least. But anyway, ever since those days, I've always liked dance, Japanese. I thought just dancing, Obon dancing. But then I thought, when I got a little old, when we came back to Berkeley, and I thought about, there was another member, she was dancing buyo, classical dancing, and I remember one of the other Sunday school teachers took me to this program, and I thought, oh wow, that is really fantastic. But my parents, we weren't in a position where I could take lessons. But I really enjoyed watching dancing and wished I could dance, I think, and anyway, so when we started doing, as I got older, we started probably 60 years ago, we started having Hanayagi sensei come and teach us. And then since I was a Sunday school teacher, other Sunday school teachers and I, we helped Hanayagi sensei, teach our group. And I loved it, because that was my chance to get back, I don't know how you say, enjoy the dancing. It's not classical dancing, but just the music and the motions. And so that's that's why I think Obon is really is special to me.
Hi, I was asked to give some of my memories from Obon. I guess if you're an oldie like me, you might remember we used to dance in the Civic Center around the fountain there. It's quite a large area, and we used to have maybe 3 lines around the whole fountain, and maybe there was, I don't know, a little kid's recollection. It seemed to me like there was a couple hundred people at least there, and there was at least 30 or 40 Madame Hanayagi dancers leading us, and the lanterns were strung and lit up, and we had a live Shinsei band playing the music. It was really very festive and an amazing celebration. I also remember getting dressed up and you could hardly breathe because the obis were so tight, and your feet would hurt because the toe piece in the little getas or zoris that we would wear would really hurt, and you couldn't wait to get them off. But all in all, it was a big celebration. All the kids got together, and the moms would all dress up, and it was just really festive and beautiful. And not until I got older did I really appreciate why we did it and what the true meaning of Obon is, especially now that I've lost my parents. But they are the ones who really inspired me and instilled this deeper appreciation of Obon and Buddhism, really. So after I had my kids, it was really fun dressing them up and bringing them, and I know it was really my dad's joy to bring them to temple and to the Obon services. So it gave me really great joy and happiness that even as adults they would come and celebrate Obon with their husbands who participated and danced also. So I think that it's really nice memories and a wonderful tradition that I hope will continue.
Thank you to both Eiko and to Mimi for sharing your stories with us. It's time to dance again. We hope you'll all stand up. We will now dance Hanabi Ondo, followed by Shiawase Samba. For both dances, you will be using your hands. During Hanabi Ondo, you'll notice that your movements will depict fireworks bursting in the sky and taiko drumming. During Shiawase Samba, you can't help but feel shiawase, happiness, as you dance.
花火うれし恥ずかしうれし恥ずかし15、6咲いた咲いたよパッパッパ咲いた咲いた咲いたパッパッパ日本の花火だどんと上がればパッと咲かせてどんどんどん雨よ降るなよ雨雨降るな恋も涙で恋も涙でちょっと濡らす咲いた咲いたよパッパッパ咲いた咲いた咲いたパッパッパ日本の花火だ ポンと上がればパッと咲かせてどんどんどん月のうさぎもご先祖様も浮かれ太鼓で浮かれ太鼓で一踊り咲いた咲いたよパッパッパ咲いた咲いた咲いたパッパッパ日本の花火だポンと上がればパッと咲かせてどんどんどん夢は七色でっかい空でみんな笑顔のみんな笑顔の花になる咲いた咲いたよパッパッパ咲いた咲いた咲いたパッパッパ日本の花火だポンと上がればパッと咲かせてどんどんどん日本人ながら祭りだ祭り花火温度で花火温度で輪になって咲いた咲いたよパッパッパ咲いた咲いた咲いたパッパッパ日本の花火だポンと上がればパッと咲かせてどんどんどんいろいろ夢がある我が見る夢はただ一つ歌や踊りに花咲かせ仏の見教え道を説くああ我が人生広く世界を駆け巡り命をかけて夢かけて誠の実りを広める花の匂いも芳しく山のお寺の鐘が鳴る晴れる日曇る日変わりなくいつも親様見てござるああ我が人生仏のお慈悲に見守られ裏も表も見せながら行くぞ人生のりの道生かされ生きているあなたがいるから生きられる 明日の希望を胸に抱き互いに手を取り幸せにあら人生に親の遠くの尊さと生きる幸せかみしめて四放射の道を行く我が人生広く世界を駆け巡り命をかけて夢かけて誠の実りを広めゆく
Oh, you all look so amazing. I scrolled through to the different screens while you are dancing and oh, you all look great. So now we will hear from two more temple members about their memories about Obon and Obon Odori. First, we will hear from Judy Fujimoto from Berkeley Buddhist Temple, then Kelly Owe from Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple.
My name is Judy Fujimoto, and I first started to attend the Berkeley Buddhist Temple back in the mid-1950s when I was about 5 years old. My babysitter, Kei Yonakura, used to walk me from our home to the temple so that I could attend the Dharma school led by Mrs. Jane Imamura, wife of the resident minister at the time, Reverend Kanmo Imamura. Shortly thereafter, my parents, Mel and Kiyono Tominaga, joined the temple, and so, with a few hiatuses, ever since that time, I've participated in the BBT's Obon. When I was a child, the Obon practices, as well as the Obon dance itself, were summer highlights for me. It was just fun to learn the dances and to participate with so many members of the Japanese American community in this event. Madam Michiya Hanayagi, mother of the present instructor, Anin Tanaka, was our head teacher. And as I remember, Mr. Yoshimura and Mr. Imada ran the sound system. I think they started playing records with a record player and later moved on to reel-to-reel tape recorders. My sister Mary Lindquist reminds me that our aspirations at Obon practice were to be able to join the teenagers and college students who danced in the outer circle as opposed to staying in the inner circle with the other Dharma school kids. As these were the baby boom years, there were so many participants that by the early 1960s, the temple sponsored the Obon dance at the Berkeley Civic Center Park, located opposite the Berkeley City Hall. The plaza was ringed with chochin, Japanese lanterns, and there were up to 3 circles of dancers dancing around the fountain in the middle of the park. When my husband Bill and I returned to Berkeley and joined the temple, our daughters Amy and Annie joined the Dharma school and of course began dancing in the Obon. The music now came from cassette players, but Amy and Annie used the yukata, kachikachi, and fans both my sister and I used when growing up. And in the last 2 Obons at the BBT, now my oldest granddaughters Skylar and Kylie have joined in the Obon dancing. I note now that the music comes from an iPhone, but I appreciate the fact that an even more diverse group of dancers now participate. And so, with this history, Obon is important to me not only because we remember and honor our family members who've passed away before us, but because of this continuity of carrying on what I think is a joyous and inclusive Buddhist tradition.
Hello, my name is Kelly Owe. I'm a member of the Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to some of my Obon memories. I've been lucky enough to go to Obons for as long as I can remember. It's always a fun time. You see some familiar faces, some new faces, and whether it's, catching up over popsicles and otter pops and homemade cookies during break time, or eating a bowl of udon or eating a hot dog after the actual Obon. It's always a good time to get together and see the people who you maybe didn't see the whole year, but you'll see them during Obon time. It's one of those really unique things where whether you come to practice beforehand or you just jump in off the street and wing it, it really just brings everyone together. The dances are simple enough and easy enough that if you wanted to come to practice, you can. If you don't, you can always find someone in the crowd hey, that person looks like they know what they're doing, let's just copy them. It's really great. You always see, there's that group, that Obon circuit that you're able to see when, at different temples, whether that's, Alameda or Sangha or Berkeley Otani or Concord, San Jose, all of the Obons have, similar lines, just like the rest of us. We all maybe have different areas that we grew up in, but, we all come together in one big Obon. Another favorite of mine is the yukata dressing. Growing up, I was really lucky to be able to go to a grand aunt or go to temple early and get dressed, between them telling you to suck it in, and telling you how they used to put a foot on your back and tie it really, really tight. It was always a fun, special, unique thing to do. Growing up, it was easy. People definitely dressed you, you got to do, to show up, someone knew what they were doing. But growing up when we hit around middle school, high school, you start to notice that less and less people are there. So my dad learned how to dress and he would dress us. And then eventually, my girlfriend and I learned how to dress ourselves. And another one of my Obon favorites is being able to wear yukata. Growing up in the US, it's not something that we're commonly able to break out of our closet and wear. And so it's always really special to be able to put it on. Growing up, we got to get dressed at, grand aunt's house, or, you show up to temple before Obon and get tied into it. Between, telling us to suck it in, we were always told, stories of how we were so lucky that, they were doing it and not the people who tied it before them, because, they'd put a foot in the middle of your back and tie it super tight. So we were super lucky. But, as we got older, we realized that, there were less and less people dressing us. So we were lucky that at Alameda, they, put us to work and taught us how to tie our obi and tie, essentially dress ourselves. And since there's less people who know how to do it, it was skills that really came in handy as we got older. Now we're able to kind of give back to the community that used to dress up. We're those old bachans, okay, maybe not old bachans, but, we're those people in, the upper rafters, up second floor, tying everyone all sweaty, tying it super tight, telling them to suck it in, but not too much because, we want to make sure you can breathe and, still eat. But it's always been, a really nice, lovely kind of thing to be able to do, and kind of give back to, the community that raised us and dressed us. So, thank you to the people who came before us, and definitely with the COVID times that we're in right now, I'm grateful to be included in our virtual Obon And thank you so much for listening. And I hope to see you next year to create some Obon memories of our own. Bye.
Thank you, Judy and Kelly, for sharing your stories with us. All right, everybody, it's time to dance again. Our next dance is Tankobushi. You'll use your hands. This is a dance about coal mining. You'll notice your dance movements that will depict shoveling coal, tossing heavy bags of coal over your shoulder and pushing that cart of coal. Following Tankobushi, we will once again dance Obon no Uta. Obon no Uta will be our final dance for this year's event, and you'll once again use your uchiwa, the round fan. Please join us in dancing.
月が出た出た月が出たうちの山の上に出たあんまり煙突が高いのでさぞやお月さん煙たかろさのよいよい一山二山三山越え奥に咲いたる八重椿なんぼ色よく咲いたとてさまちゃんかよわにゃ無駄の花さのよいよいもぐら日の目は苦手だが山のおいらは粋なもの四季をデブの待ちかねてかわいいあの子が袖を引くさのよいよいあなたがその気で言うのなら思い切ります別れます元の娘の18に返してくれたら別れますさのよいよいお前崎山仕事なら私は先端温度取り苦労する気とさせる気を歌でのろけて友稼ぎさのよいよい
Say your
ら羨ましげに
あらせよ
踊り見に来たお月様踊りな踊り踊るな手拍子たたけ
あらせよ
調子つけな歌も出ぬ泳いだ泳いでた月は新夜の月よ
あらせよ
親の御所ら見て暮らす踊りな踊りねぶつ日も軽がると
あらせよ
明日のかよが苦にならぬ村よな村のお閻魔様の
あらせよ
赤いお顔忘らりょうか
You all looked amazing. I scrolled through again. I saw families all dancing in living rooms and in their gardens. It was wonderful. Oh my goodness, wonderful. Now, Reverend Kyonobu Kuwahara from Berkeley Buddhist Temple, the resident minister there, will provide us with our closing message.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining this year's virtual Obon dance. I hope you had a great time. And I myself, it's really enjoy this like a virtual, gathering. So it's amazing. So as also Sensei mentioned at the beginning, so because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we need to have this virtual gathering. But I think we did a great job. I think, especially committee members, Mia, Nina, and then Mayumi-san, and then Peter, and then Bradley, and then Ryan, Tara. Because of them, they had a meetings and then coordinated everything. So because of their great effort, we could have today's this online gathering. 本当ありがとうございました. Thank you very much. And then Hanayagi Sensei, thank you very much for your beautiful dancing. Because of your instruction, we could follow. So especially I'm not a good dancer, so that's why I needed your video to follow the dancing. So ありがとうございました. Thank you very much. And then also not only dancing, we had 4 speakers who share the memories of Obon. So Eiko-san, Mimi, and then Judy, and then Kelly. Thank you very much for sharing your wonderful stories. This was really nice, to know what the Obon is for each of us. So I think we had a great success. It's hard to, tell next year, but in any case, in-person Obon next year, or maybe again, virtual Obon next year, I'm sure it will work next year too. So again, thank you very much for joining us today. I think over 300 people. I checked, jumping around the, Zoom and the YouTube and the Facebook, so many people joined us today. So really, wonderful. ね、本当ありがとうございました。Again, thank you very much for joining us. Please take care and then stay healthy. ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Reverend Kuwahara. Before we conclude our 2020 virtual Obon Odori, I would like to thank and recognize the 6 individuals that coordinated this event for us. When I say your name, would you please wave at the camera? Surprise. From Berkeley Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple, Mia Summers. Thank you, Mia. Nina Rizzo. Thank you, Nina. Peter Solomon. Thank you, Peter. From Berkeley Buddhist Temple, Tara Umemoto. Thank you, Tara. Ryan Matsuda. Thank you, Ryan. And our tech guru, Bradley Menda. Bradley. Thank you all so much for putting this together. It's been fantastic. A special thank you also to Eiko Iwata, Mimi Kagehiro, Judy Fujimoto, and Kelly Owe for sharing all their wonderful Obon and Obon Odori memories and stories with us. Thank you so much for doing that for us. Thank you. On behalf of both Berkeley Buddhist Temple and Berkeley Higashi Honganji, I would like to express our appreciation to head instructor and choreographer, Madame Michisuya Hanayagi, for leading us in these beautiful dances and for being a part of this virtual event with us. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And a great big thank you to all of you that are joining us today. I hope you had a great time. I know we are all looking forward to seeing each other again at our temples one day. Until then, please stay safe, stay well, and thank you so much for being part of our first ever virtual Obon Odori. Thank you so very much. Now, for those of you that would like to stay on for a few more minutes, we hope you'll join us for a virtual photo. So please stay on for a few more minutes. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna take some Zoom screenshots. So just keep on holding your pose for a couple seconds, and I can't fit everyone in the frame, so it has to be like one photo and then another photo, but keep staying cute, keep smiling, have your best Obon pose ready, and I will let you know when I'm counting. Okay, let me just do this screenshot. Okay, ready? First screenshot. 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, all right. Now my second page of people. Okay, all right, ready? Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, perfect. All right, last page. All right, everyone, smile. 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, perfect, wonderful. We'll share the photos with you all after. I think that went well, yeah. Oh, but again, thank you all so much for coming. We appreciate you all being here. We'll unmute the mics if you all want to say goodbye, and then we'll kind of close out and end this event with the slideshow. So again, thank you all so much for being present and sharing your love for community and love for each other, and also love for the ancestors that we brought in today by remembering them and doing this all together. So thank you.